and welcome to. Oh, you know what? It helps if I, get my microphone down here where you could actually hear me. Good morning, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus, where we are having tremendous amounts of fun with Apple updates and Microsoft updates and all the things, all the things. So it is a delight to be here with you this morning. I am trying to get everything situated here. So it is great to be with you. I am excited. Let me start from the beginning. My name is Wendy, and it is a joy to get to be here with you this morning. We're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together doing a full face makeup tutorial. And then we are going to be working on the beginning of memorizing James chapter 4, verse 13 to 15, pressing on in our journey in the book of James. So join me as I challenge myself to create a stunning blue and brown eye look. We're going to do false lashes, and this is going to be especially for women who are over 40. We are going to be using our You Can Be palette again, continuing on with that pretty all set number A. So our easy makeup theme for today is going to be women over 40. Rock a dazzling blue and brown eye look with false lashes, James 4, 13 to 15. All the things, all the things. So go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Grab your palette, grab your lashes, grab your brushes, and then get back on here. Let's get going together. A little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. Can't wait. And good morning to all of you. I see some chat going on already. Oh, this is the color combo that we need to see. Woo woo! Glad you're excited about it. I'm excited too. I think it's going to be fun. Okay, so our foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And that, again, is the foundation verse for the podcast. I mentioned that we were in the book of James. So everything that we're going to be doing is going to be coming from the book Color Me James. This is a women's vacation Bible study in a book. Vacation Bible school study in a book. There we go. So it is going to involve all your senses. We're going to be doing crossword puzzles, word searches, word scrambles, coloring pages, journaling, creative thank and gratitude activities. So lots of different things designed to go from the book of James to the end. In total, it's a 48-week course. If you are just now jumping in, I mentioned that we're already to the end of the book of James. Don't even worry about it. Just go to colormejamesbook.com. Right there, that link on the bottom of your screen. And that will get you to the different formats that the book is available in. And then also there's an email list on there. That email list for the Color Me James book is going to get you weekly emails that will guide you from the beginning to the end. All the flashcards, all the extra coloring pages, all the puzzles, all the videos that you're going to need, all the things, and the music included, like the song that we're listening to right now. So go ahead and get over to Color Me James, and that will get you there. Now I see we've got a little bit of a troll. Here we go. Add to block list. There we go. You know, you got to have some kind of a troll coming up in here. Okay, so I see some of you are already chatting. So whatever platform you're on, go ahead and give me a shout out where you're coming from while we are taking a look at our verse from last week. We are coming to the end of the chapter 4. This one didn't quite flow from my mouth like some of the other ones, so I struggled just a tiny bit with this one. So we're going to work on this one together this morning. And let me get over to the song that goes with this. So this was the song that goes with last week. Here we go.
Don't badmouth each other, friends. It's God's word, his message, his royal rule that takes a beating in that kind of talk. We all heard the word supposed to be honoring the message, not writing graffiti all over it. God is in charge of deciding human destiny. Oh, we honor the word. We honor his way.
Okay, I'm gonna let you listen to the rest of that one on your own, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever your listening pleasure. But that was words of, oh gosh, what was the name of the song title? Oh, Who Do You Think You Are? Sorry, that one was Who Do You Think You Are? Okay, so Wisp of Fog is the one for today. So getting myself all confused. Okay, so let's say the verse together. If you did not get it memorized yet, or maybe it's partially memorized, or you're familiar, or maybe you have no clue what we're talking about, it's on your screen. Go ahead and let's say it together. So, and I am going to be giving a little bit of a cheat to myself this morning because, like I said, this one just didn't kind of flow. I think I need to do a better job of practicing it in context, and I think that will help it flow better. It may also have to do with the fact that this little section of verse 11 and 12 is a little bit of spanking. So here we go. Don't badmouth each other, friends. It's God's word, his message, his royal rule that takes a beating in that kind of talk. You're supposed to be honoring the message, not putting graffiti, not writing graffiti all over it. God is in charge of deciding human destiny. Who do you think you are to meddle with the destiny of others? All right, so that is our verse from last week. And this is our verse from this week. I'm excited about this one. You can see it's a little bit of words. There's a little bit of words, but it wraps out. We have this section and then one verse next week. That will complete chapter 4, so almost to the end. And we're finishing up in the section. We've talked about the power of words. We've talked about their influence to the positive, to the negative. We've talked about our motives. We've talked about how faith has action. It's not sedentary. And now we're getting down to it where James is really getting to the nitty gritty of how you need to conduct yourself. Like I said, James, it's all about true Christian living. So we are going to look at that verse together. Let's just say it together right now, out loud, where you are. Here we go. And now I have a word for you who brashly announced today at the latest, or tomorrow, we're off to such and such city for the year. We're going to start a business and we're going to make a lot of money. You don't know the first thing about tomorrow. You're nothing but a wisp of fog catching a brief bit of sun before disappearing. Instead, make it a habit to say, if the master wills it and we're still alive, we'll do this or that. And so that is James 4, verse 13 to 15. The song for this week is what you're listening to right now. It may not be one of those songs that you catch, like I was telling my mom, it may not be one of those songs that you catch yourself singing while you're in the shower, but it's definitely going to be something that is going to help you memorize it. So enjoy that as we go. I'm having trouble seeing my monitor today. I don't know what is happening. Okay, so like I said, we are going to be working from the palette that we've been using, which is the Pretty All Set. And so it kind of comes with like a pink sleeve on it, but this is what it looks like inside the package. This is A. This is palette A. But really, you can do this with any of the palettes because I believe they all have similar color selections, maybe with just a little bit different undertone to it. So use the one that you like or any palette that you have or palettes. That's going to have some blues and browns. Today you're going to need a pretty light blue, and then a very dark blue, and then a brown, and then kind of a little bit of a browny, orangey kind of color. So that's what we're going to be working on with whatever it is that you have today. All the products can be found in the show notes. I don't think I have them up there yet, but they'll be there soon. And then also on the website, not there yet either. It'll be there in just a minute as soon as the podcast ends. So just trying to keep it easy for you. A little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com. All the new things are going to be on the bottom of the homepage, or you can go to the shop and find it all there. So just trying to make it super easy for you. Okay, so our verse is now scrolling across the bottom of your screen there. So we are going to get a clip on this. Let's get this. No, that bad boy tried not to do it. There we go. We're just going to get all that up there. Hair's still a little damp. That's okay. And let us get going. I got some fun new things, a couple of new things that we're going to play with today. So I can't wait to share that with you. All in the little bit of the affordable spectrum. So that's a good thing. Yes, right. God willing, you're listening. Okay, so we are going to start out. We're going to start out with our primer. This is the Professional. This is the mattifying primer. And we're just going to give us a little bit of that. Whatever yours is. Urban Decay is also awesome as well. We got a couple of e.l.f. primers that are worth mentioning. You just need something that, depending on your skin type, maybe you need it for moisture. Maybe you need it for wrinkle reduction, like this right here. Maybe you're a combo skin like me, and you need it for a little oil control. There are a lot of things that a primer will solve for you. So go ahead and do that. And then we're not going to forget our eyes today. We're going to primer our eyes as well. I'm using the Juvia's Place Eye Prep by Prime Eye Primer. I'm the shade 1. This is a light. This is going to help our shadows to lay down, stay better, and then they're also going to be truer to color, and it's just going to be beautiful. So just do it. Okay, so this one does not take a whole lot, so we're just going to do that. I'm going to put it up here, and we're just going to put that all over the eye. It's going to make like a light colored mess, but don't worry, you're totally not going to see this in the end. But it will make such a difference on the application of your eyeshadow. Okay, so we're going all the way from the bottom to the top there. Okay, and let's take a look at our concealer. I'm still in love with the Lancome Tinty Doll. I'm the shade 090, which means, wow, are you a ghost? So... It has a nice doe foot on it. So any place that you have, now remember this is not contouring here, we're just concealing. But any place that you have redness, maybe you've got some darkness like I do right here on the inside, right up under here because I didn't get enough sleep last night. And then look what's happening right there. That little bad boy decided to show up 2 days ago just because he wanted to make sure that he could make an appearance while we were live today. So we're just going to erase him. And then we're going to use our middle finger and just blend that out. I've got redness going here on the nose, which is why I do the top of the nose. Going under the eye for the darkness in the inner corner. I'm blending that up here onto this for redness as well. Same thing on the other side, just getting that on the inside of that corner, making sure that that's nice and smooth. You want that to be smooth in there, so make sure you blend that out nice and good. And then we're just going to blend out onto the top of the cheek. Me partially for redness, but it just will keep you from getting any like lines. And then we're just going to kind of go in a circular motion around, yet not over the top of whatever that thing is. And that will blend that out a little bit so it kind of sets it, and then it'll be easier to cover over with your foundation. Speaking of foundation, I have a dampen beauty blender, and I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation, and I think I'm 710 Maracau, or however you say that. This foundation a little bit goes a long way, so we're going to give ourselves a little... Ooh, that was a little bit. There we go. That is enough. That little tube, seriously, is going to last you forever because it goes so far. So we're just going to swipe it in a few spots. And then we're going to blend it out. There you go. And I'm using the wide end of that for right now. Oh, look there. Hey, Julie. We're going to blend up into our brows there. Work around that nose. Make sure when you're doing your lips, especially for us older gals, where did that come from? I think my mother just came out of my mouth. Okay, so make sure that you get around your lips so that when we do the lipstick, everything is going to stay put. You're not going to have creeping in and out. So make sure you're dabbing around those lips as well. We're going to blend right up into that concealer that we just put on there. And we're going to make sure that we get along that jawline and blend that out. We don't want any like lines of things happening. All right. So now everything is nice and smooth and blended, and you can see that the eye primer that we used that did look so staunch now just kind of looks blended in. So we're going to set that. Now we're to one of the new things I was talking to you about. So L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection. This is a blurring setting powder, and you're going to, once you open it, it's got little holes in it like most of them do. That's going to put the powder into the reservoir. I will tell you though, the holes are only like on a quarter of it. So you're going to have to give it a couple of good taps to get it to come out because they didn't put enough holes. So let's do that again. Here we go. So now we've got some powder in there, and you can see it's kind of now there's like, I want to say 6 or 7 different colors in this line. So find the one that's closest to your shade range. But in this one here, which is just a translucent, you can see it's got a little bit of that rose kind of thing happening, which a lot of setting powders have that as an option right now. It's very brightening. So I'm going to take my Juvia's Place. I also tried one from Juvia's Place called Cotton Candy. Like that one too, but for another week. So we're going to use our Juvia's Place little triangle. We're going to take that, and we're just going to take that tip right in there, tap it off, go under the eye. I always start around the eye first. It doesn't matter though. You can't do anything wrong if you start on your cheek. Okay, then we're going to set it in there again. We're going to do the other side. I just like to keep the same routine, and it diminishes. I see that, Rachel. It diminishes our missing of things. So I just like to keep the rhythm the same. You know, like maybe it's just me, but I brush my teeth the same way every time. Start at the bottom, start at the top, start at the bottom, start at the top, do the back side, do the front side, go in circles, whatever. It just ensures that you don't miss things. So now we're going to go down the center of our face. And this is more of a pressing in as opposed to like blurring or anything like that. We're just getting it in there. We're setting it. And then you're pressing it in. Now we do have, well, I'll do that in just a second. Every place you put foundation, we're going to set it with the powder. So we're going all the way to that hairline. Oh, you can see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. Just a piece of fuzz. Thought the little thing was going to be a problem. Here we go. I'm going to tap that off. I'm going to get up here. Again, going all the way from the brow. There we go. In that inner corner. Now, today we're dealing with some dark colors, and they can be a little crazy. So I'm actually going to take a little extra of this. I'm going to get it on a brush. And I'm just going to put it under the eye. Like kind of gob it on there. It's going to be our little bit of insurance if we need to wipe something off. So we're just going to get a little extra there. Leave it there while we're doing the rest of our makeup. So that way we can dust it off if we have any fallout from that dark blue we're using. So just one way to do it. You can do your eyeshadow first if you want to do it. I just don't like that. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to grab our our pretty all set palette. And we are going to work on our contouring. So let me open this up. And we're actually going to be on these here today. Now, this one here, I'm going to do it a little gently, but I feel like it goes a little bit better with the colors that we're using today. So we're just going to jump right in there. I am going to use my brush here, It Cosmetics dual-ended foundation brush. This will be the low, this will be the high. We're going to start out on the flat side. Just give it a couple swipes, like for me, one swipe. We're going to go from the top of the ear and we're going to come in not quite. We're going to cut it just a little bit short today. Not quite to the corner of the eye. Above the hollow of the cheek. We want to lift up that cheek a little bit. So right here. And then to the side of the face. Oh, you know what? I probably could have done a little darker than that. There we go. There you go. We're going to keep it just a little bit shorter today. And same thing on the other side. Now I got a little heavy-handed with that one. There we go. Let's even it out. There we go. Gonna take that same flat side, just get a little bit on it. Get that right up there against that hairline. I'm gonna use circular motion just to blend that out. Okay, question. Would you suggest setting powder before or after your bronzer, blush, etc.? I like the setting powder before. I don't know that there's necessarily any wrong answers for that. Here, let me just go ahead and stick that up there. I don't know that there's necessarily any wrong answers to that. A setting powder at all is a good thing, but my personal experience, if you do the setting powder after you've done, now, this is the only caveat to this is if you're using a powdered bronzer highlighter. So if you're using powder bronzer highlighter, I like the setting powder first. If you are using a liquid or a cream bronzer, contouring, and all of that, then I like it after. I also like a little bit of shimmer in my highlighter. So for me, I like the highlighter to be on the top of the setting powder because you get that shimmer. Once you put a setting powder on top of a shimmering highlighter, you now don't have a shimmering highlighter. So test out, you know, take some do it one day one way, take some pictures, some selfies, do it a different way the next day, take some pictures, some selfies, and see which way do you like for you. So there's not really a wrong answer. It just depends on what products you're using and the look that you want. So there's your not answer. Okay, so we're going to use the skinny side of this now. Just one little touch. We're going to go from the ear, under the chin, not passing that corner of that mouth there. This is going to cut off that jawline, give you the illusion that you have a thinner neck, less of this. Illusions are good. Okay. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to narrow my nose just a little bit. I'm going to go to the inside, leaving this little stretch right here clear. We're going to hit under that tip. It's going to cap that off just a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to use this end for the highlighter. So the highlighter for me, again, has a little bit of sparkle to it. So we're going to take this. We're going to go into that highlighter right up the center, making sure we pay special attention to that Cupid's bow. I'm going to take that highlighter and go right on the top of the cheekbone here, right beside the eye right there. Okay, now we highlight it up. So now we need a little bit of color though. We got a great low and high, but now we need some sort of color in there. So I'm going to grab my blush brush. And again, I'm in that bottom palette thing. I'm going to just give a little tap on one side. Right here between the low and the high. And right between the low and the high.
We're going to start a business and make a lot of money.
Okay, number 7 started in the UK. That's good news. For those of you who have joined us from the UK, now you got something to look forward to. That is awesome. They have some great anti-aging products for sure. They were probably one of the more affordable serums and things that we had when I was at Ulta. I loved that they had the ones that were so specific and then they were affordable. So, you've been nervous trying the cream, but it worked well. Yes, yes. I mean, any product line, it's going to depend on your skin type as well, but they are one of the more reputables. We had a couple of dermatologists that we worked with, and they actually referred number 7 to quite a few of their clients in dermatology. And I know I'm looking a little cray-cray on the camera here, or at least to me it does, but in person it doesn't quite look that bad. Okay, so we're just gonna press on. So let's go ahead and say, well, actually, let me ask you this. We're talking about different kinds of makeup. Now we got thrown a little conversation in there about skincare. Have you ever felt overlooked when it comes to your makeup choices? Is there anything that you like or don't like that you feel like you just can't find it in the marketplace? Any way that you have felt overlooked? So while we're thinking about that, let's go ahead and say our verse together. It is scrolling across the bottom of your screen and it is coming around now. Here we go. And now I have a word for you who brashly announced today, at the latest tomorrow, we are off to such and such a city for the year. We're going to start a business and make lots of money. You don't know the first thing about tomorrow. You're nothing but a wisp of fog, catching a brief bit of sun before disappearing. Instead, make a... Oh, I can't read it over there. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to scroll up. That was scrolling too fast. Instead, make it a habit to say, if the master wills it and we're still alive, we'll do this or that. And that's James 4:13 to 15. Okay, we got sort of an answer. Let's see, the line that's on sale right now at Ulta and Amazon. Are you talking about You Can Be? Is that the line you're talking about? Or are you talking about something different? Okay, so I am going to be using the Juvia's Place. This is a Scorpio liner. This has brown with a little bit of purple kind of worked in there. It's kind of like chestnut and wine had a baby, and his name is Scorpio. So that's what we're going to be using today. It's got a little bit of color to it. Then we're going to add a nude lipstick to kind of tone it down just a little bit, but that's going to give us a nice outlined ombre look today. So we're going to start in the middle there. Just give you 2 flicks for that Cupid's bow. Oh, the number 7. Oh, okay. Okay. And then we're going to round that out to the outside edge.
At the latest tomorrow, we're off to such and such a city for the year.
Yeah, I am with you, Anthea. I do not like this fashion for sheer goopy glosses. Yes, I feel you. I feel you. And now they started adding the goopy stuff on the eyelid too. I just can't do the wet eyelid thing. So the sparkle, the shimmer, love that. But don't make my lid wet and glossy. That's just kind of gross. I don't know. Let's see. I need something that lasts through my workday and gives me some fun colors. Totally agree. So one of my favorite lines for that in the past has been Urban Decay. They've kind of stepped away from the fun colors a little bit, but Urban Decay has been great for a lot of that. I'm really loving Juvia's Place. Chi-Chi has done a great job with adding the fun colors and then also some beautiful palettes of neutrals. And so definitely, I love the way those wear. And the You Can Be, I've enjoyed that line as well. They, I think, were initially a line for makeup and foundations for cosplay. But they've really stepped outside of that, and because that kind of is their foundation, their colors are so pigmented and beautiful. So I've really enjoyed the You Can Be It as well. There was another line that I started playing with a little bit, can't think of it off the top of my head. But right now there's a lot of choices. I would just encourage you, if you're going to go to like Amazon, which is why I do the links, be careful of where you're getting some of these cosmetics from. There are a lot of other places, we'll just call it, that do cosmetics. I don't know that they're going to have the strict standards that we have and enjoy in some other places. And so just be careful that you don't end up with something that you find out next week had a recall because it actually had lead in it or something like that. Not that I know of one that did that, but just saying, be careful of where you get things from and read the reviews. So I try out new brands and lines because I would rather kind of be the guinea pig and save you all from some things or stuff that doesn't wear well. Like I love MAC, but I cannot stand their shadows. They're very chalky. They don't set well. So now I just saved you $65 not buying that shadow palette because you're not going to like it either. So yeah, and my hooded eye, let's see, Rachel says, my hooded eyes do not like the wet eyeshadow anything. I feel you, girl. I feel like I'm constantly having to open my eye with one finger because they stick together. I know. You can practically hear it go. It almost makes me nauseous just thinking about that. When you let your eye go and it goes, yeah. Okay. Well, let me get my lip down here. Here we go. Let's do the other side now without me talking. Okay, and now we're going to do the bottom. We're going to start out in the center and round that out to the outside corner. There you go. And I do want this to blend out a little bit. I don't want like a line from it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and just give a little shading, just a little light touch to the inside of the line that you just did. Just a little, like one more width wide.
Who brashly announced today
with just a little bit lighter of a touch.
at the latest tomorrow we're off to such and such
There you go. And now on the bottom.
for the year we're going to start a business and make a lot of money.
There you go. So now it's got a little bit of shading going on. Yes, the MAC liquid foundations have undergone a lot of change. They're trying to fall into that new category of away from chemical compounds and trying to go into natural things. And I don't know. My opinion about the natural stuff is, as long as the chemical isn't anything bad that's going to hurt me, I am not opposed to chemicals. I want it to do what it's supposed to do, and I want it to do it well. And the reality is, with regards to natural, you can be just as allergic to natural and have just as much reaction to natural as you can to a chemical. So just because it's natural doesn't mean that it is better. It just means that it came straight from a tree root to your face. So... Sorry, I'm going to get off that little pedestal there. Okay, so I am grabbing the MAC. This is the Maximal Matte Viva Planet. And it's just a nice neutral. Has a little bit of a little tiny bit of peachy pinky to it. But it's going to help kind of pull down and have the focus be on our eyes today and not so much on our lips, even though we just did a fancy ombre. Okay, so we're going to do the inside, please. There you go. And now that we got that middle filled out, now we're going to work to the outside. So you're going to go over the edge and line that you did with that lip liner so it all blends in and ties in together. I'm just using the edge of that lipstick to do that. And yes, of course, you may use a brush if you would like. I just tend to be a little bit lazy, but yes, a brush is going to give you more control for sure. Okay, so now we have a nice, just a neutral lip. I wouldn't say nude per se, but it is neutral. Throttled back just a little bit. Let's see, I saw some videos showing that eyeshadows had mold. Skin cream went bad because of the removal. Yes, exactly. We had several products that brand new just came in. The line had not even launched yet. But there was already mold in it. One particular cosmetics company, the whole line we had to send back. I'm not going to tell you the name of that one. So just because it is natural does not mean that it is better. It just, like I said, root to face. That's that's all there is. And I'm allergic to pineapple, so a lot of times in some things they'll put like pineapple in there because it acts as as an exfoliator. Yeah, well, you want to see me get red dots and a rash really fast? Put some pineapple up in there. Okay. Oh, lip liner is great, Wendy. Yes, absolutely. So that again was the Juvia's Place. That is the color of Scorpio. This is the Luxe liner in Scorpio, like this because you do not have to sharpen it, so you don't have any loss of product. Okay, let's see. Where are we at now? Now we need to do our eyes. Okay. So, lots of good conversation today, though. So what we're going to be playing with, again, we're in that You Can Be. So this has color splashes is one side. In the center here, we got light up. And over here, we've got warm it up. So we're going to kind of be jumping from splash to warm today. So we're going to be over here. We're going to start with this one here. There we go. We're going to start with this one on the inside. We're going to use this one on the outside. Then we're going to come over here and use this just a little bit. And then we're going to use, I think it was this one, up on the eye socket bone. Just a little bit for a blend out so we can get a nice blend. So again, we're going to start right here in this one. So let me grab a shadow brush. Oh, I just realized I did not. I may have to reuse brushes because I didn't grab extra ones. Exactly. If I wanted makeup that's natural, I wouldn't wear it at all. People just walking around scaring people. Oh my gosh, Rachel. Yes, that can happen. Okay, so we're going to start out up here. And this is just a neutral color. This is going to give us something up on the brow bone up there. Just something to blend into a non-color color. So we're just doing a little bit of that right in there. And that's just a fluffy brush there making that happen. Let me put this back over here. Now we're going to grab our shadow brush. This is a MAC. I have no idea what number it is. Let's see. Anthea, I'm with Dolly Parton. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap. Oh my gosh. I got to put that up there. Hold on. Oh, yes. You know, I forgot she said that. But exactly. She did look so beautiful on her birthday the other day. Don't you think? I mean, she didn't look like she could move very well. So I don't know how they had her cinched up. But she is just a spectacular woman. I greatly admire her. Okay, so we're going to, again, start out in this one here. Yes, Dolly knows best. Okay, so again, we're going to start right here. So we're just going to get that color. And we're going to go... I'm going to have to set that down. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So I've got it on one side of the brush so as to minimize fallout. We're going to go right here on the inside. And this is going to be our light color for today. And that's going to go all the way from that corner all the way up. Now we'll blend it out in here in a minute, but we're going to go right there with it. Make sure you go over it a couple of times because we want that nice and colored. So, if you have hooded eyes like me right now, you want to make sure that where you're putting that is coming above that fold of that eye. So make sure you take it up a little bit higher than you think you actually need it because we want to make sure that you can see it. You've done all this work. We want to make sure that it's actually visible and that it also makes your eye to appear more open than it actually is.
Who brashly announce today at the latest tomorrow.
Okay, there we go.
We're off to such and such a city for the year.
Okay, let me get this here. There we go.
We're going to start a business and make a lot of money.
And I'm going just a little bit past halfway here.
Know the first thing about tomorrow.
And this is where you're really going to see the payoff for that primer, that eye primer. Because see how true that color is looking? That's because we have that beautiful eye primer in there. Now I'm going to grab a... I think I'm going to actually use the back side of that brush because I do not want fallout. So I use the front side for that lighter color. I'm going to use the back side for the darker color. So I'm going to go in this darker blue right here. And we're just going to get it on one side. This is going to be easier to use and control and all of that if you don't overload the brush. So literally like 1 or 2 swipes, you're going to put it on and just keep putting it on until you get the color that you want. If you pack that brush too much, that's when you're going to start seeing fallout happening, waste of product, and now you're going to have to take your makeup off and fix it. So, okay, so we're going to go right here on the outside corner. And we're going to come right up to that blue. The blue is going to touch the blue. There we go. And you don't need to worry right now about blending it out. Right now, we're just getting that blue in place.
Make it a habit to say.
And again, we're making sure that we're going all the way up
And we're still alive.
on the top
We'll do this or that.
of that socket right there so that you can see that when I look straight ahead forward. Now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. That blue is going straight up to that other blue. And we're going all the way up there. There you go. And right now we got a line there. Don't even worry about that. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and whoop, whoop. Now we're going to take a smudger. And we're going to go into this dark brown. Actually, is this one right here. We're going to go into this color here. You're just going to get it on the tip. And that's going to be the very outside corner right here. And you're just going to go right over the top of that dark blue to add some nice chocolatiness on the outside.
And now I have a word for you. Who brashly announced today.
I'm going to go ahead and bring it in just a little bit. Right there on the bottom. Just drag it over. There you go.
We're going to start a business and make a lot of money.
Okay. Now, we need to soften all this up a little bit. So I'm going to grab the brush that I was just using, light on the one side, dark on the other. I'm going to take that light side and just bridge that gap where those two colors, you're just going to go over, back and forth, switching between the light and the dark. I just keep flipping it around. And that's going to blend that out. All right. We're going to grab a kind of a medium fluffy. This is a Morphe M506. We're going to go in this one right here. I really wish these had names or numbers or something. I know, I wish Dolly had her own makeup line too, but I mean, she has so many, so many other things going on. Okay, so we're going to do this one right here. We're just going to get it right there on the tip. We're going to start on the outside here, right where those two colors are meeting. And we're just going to blend that like that, soften that upper edge, get that nice little juicy color in there. Just a little. Just a little.
Make it a habit to say, if a master wills it,
and that's going to blend up into the lighter color that we put on at first. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and take, let me wipe off the side that I had that lighter blue color. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that lighter blue color, and we're just going to clean up the inside, make sure that's all nice and crispy blue. There you go. Now we need to do something on the under so that we can make sure that this blends out nice and beautiful. So I'm actually going to start out first with a little eyeliner on the waterline. So I know we've used Roxy lately. We're going to grab our Urban Decay Roxy. And we're going to go ahead and put that in our waterline here. Same thing on the other side.
slow down. Listen close. And now I have a word for you.
And I'm making sure as I put this in that I'm getting it into those lashes just a little bit.
At the latest tomorrow.
So it's kind of spilling over the waterline into the eye area. Now I'm going to grab my smudger. This is a Morphe M50, I think it's 508. It's the shorter one of the smudgers. And we're going to kind of do the same thing we just did, but we're going to do that on the bottom. So I'm going to start out in that dark blue. We're going to go from the corner here about halfway. And again, this is one of those where you want less on the brush and go over it more times. That's going to minimize your fallout here. Same thing on the other side here. And this one, the blue, I'm keeping a little on the narrow because I'm getting ready to put it in that chocolate color that we had. Let's do that same thing with that chocolate color right here. And then we're going to come up around that corner and just flick up a little bit with that. So that chocolate's going right here. And then we're flicking up around that corner. I'm going to take the brush that I've been using. I'm just going to dust that off in that tissue that I have in my lap. And I'm going to get that lighter blue color. And we're going to go right here. Actually, I think I'm going to bring this over just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we've got that brown touching up. We've got that light blue showing up. We've got the blue. We've got the brown. We've got the blend out. All the things. You know, I think you could... Okay, leave well enough alone, Wendy. I was going to say you could add a little bit of white sparkle to the... Okay. I'm just going to take that top highlighter color. I got it on my finger. Let's just put it like right there. Oh, yes. That wasn't even in the plan. I feel like it just needs it right there. Okay, so now that I did it, let me show you what I did. Okay, so we can take that right there, just on the tip of the finger, and just put that on the inside corner. Yes. That just lit that up ever so slightly. Look at that. Yeah, just a little bit, Okay. Now, at this point, my eye is in protest. It's watering already. Okay. Yes. Yes, that is true. Buxom does have one of their lip glosses. Again, we were talking about not liking lip glosses, though. They do have one of their lip glosses that's called Dolly. All that whole series is after different women of influence's names, all of their colors that they have. So, but yeah, and that was actually probably the most sold one of the Buxom glosses that we have was the Dolly one. Okay, so I am going to take my powder that we were using a little bit ago, and I don't know why that is looking so dark on the camera screen. We're just gonna scrub that out a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna take the tip of this. I'm just gonna go under here. Make sure that is all nice and cleaned up. Remember, we had added that extra powder there, so now I can take that off. We'll just clean that up. And let's go ahead and I'm actually not going to do a black liner today because the adhesive that I'm using is black. I'm going to let that do its job because that brown is just beautiful there on the inside. Let me actually see right here. I feel like this needs just a little love. There we go. Just a little love right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our brows on there now. Oh my gosh, I looked down and I thought I had forgot my brows. So whatever your brow product of choice is, while you could, we talked about blue brows last week. While you could do a blue brow, I would highly encourage you to do kind of a natural brow with this one because this is a little more neutral-esque in the makeup appearance. I am using the Voluminous Original Mascara. This is in, I think it's called Deep Burgundy or something like that. This is going to be my brow product. So whatever your brow product is, you can go ahead and do that now. I am just going to lightly touch those hairs with that. I know some brow products have that little wand on there, which is kind of similar to what I'm doing right now. So we're just going to fill that in. Every once in a while, I'll let it like lightly touch my skin just to kind of give me some hairs where I don't have any. Well, that wasn't a nice thing. There we go. Okay, get it in there. Let's do the other side. It's amazing how a good brow will just frame out your face. Get it, girl. Yeah, next week's song's gonna be a little fun. I think I had the words. Oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember. It's got some fun words in it next week. I'm gonna have a hard time getting some lyrics around that. Like multi-syllable words. Okay. Okay. And the eye is continuing to water over here. I think it also could be my eye-watering conversation. I think it could also be because we got some crazy weather headed in. Okay, good. Loving the plumping lip cream. That's nice. Yeah, I'm with Anthea though. I can't do the gooey thing. Cannot do the gooey thing. Okay, so we're going to put, let's actually, well, let me ask you a question first. What do you consider, give me a shout out in the chat, wherever you're at. What do you consider to be your most flattering eye color? If you're not sure, it's probably going to be the color that you use every day. So what eyeshadow color do you consider your most flattering? Give me a shout out in the chat. Let me see what you got. Okay, while you're thinking about that, we're going to go ahead and do our lashes. So go ahead and grab your lash tool. So start out first with the mascara, then we'll actually put the false lashes in. So we're going to go here. We're going to find that sweet spot and go ahead and crimp that. And I cannot even see that verse. But why does it seem to be scrolling across really fast today? Okay, here we go. Try that again. Getting it ready. We're going to wait till it scrolls around to the front. Okay, if the master. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, here we go. And now I have a word for you who brashly announced today at the latest tomorrow. We're off to such and such a city for the year. We're going to start a business and make a lot of money. You don't know the first thing about tomorrow. You're nothing but a wisp of fog, catching a brief bit of sun before disappearing. Instead, make it a habit to say, if the master wills it and we're still alive, we'll do this or that. Okay, now we're going to go the other side. There we go. Say it again. We'll wait till the verse comes around. Okay, here we go. Okay, smashing. There we go. And now I have a word for you who brashly announced today at the latest tomorrow, we're off to such and such a city for the year. We're going to start a business and make a lot of money. You don't know the first thing about tomorrow. You're nothing but a wisp of fog, catching a brief bit of sun before disappearing. Instead, make it a habit to say, if the master wills it and we're still alive, we'll do this or that. Okay, so let's see. Mauves and browns. We got bronzes and browns. Oh, how exciting, Anthea. I love that. After watching your videos, I have been using all sorts of colors. How exciting. I am so thrilled to hear that. I hope you are enjoying that. Let us get our mascara on now. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. I believe this is the very black. I'm using the curved brush. I just think it goes better around your lashes. I'm only going to do like one coat today because we're wearing false lashes. The false lashes are going to bear the big burden of, having a full lash look. But we want our lashes to blend in, and you might as well get as much volume as you can while you're hanging out here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do the other side, making sure while we're doing this that we are sweeping back on those tips so we're getting the color all the way to the tips. We're going clear from the right side to the left side. So everybody up here is getting a little bit of mascara on themselves. There we go. We want to make sure that we catch the bottom lashes as well. They are not getting false lashes, so we are going to make sure we cover those bad boys really good. So we're going to go from root to tip here. And again, all the way from the right side to the left side. I'm going to sweep under those tips as well. There we go. And then let's do the other side here. This one's always so hard to do because I have a microphone in my face. Again, all the way from root to tip, so we're making sure we go all the way down to that lash root. And I'm just using that tip to make sure that I fill in any spots where maybe the mascara brush didn't get it. Here we go. Now we got just a little bit on there. Here, I'm gonna close that just a little bit. Okay, so today we are going to be playing with our Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian lash in Zarya. And so these are a flared lash. They are narrow on the inside, wider on the outside. I'm going to use my velour lash tool. I'm going to grab that from the outside there. Pull that off the tray. I'm just going to set it right in front of me, just like it's coming off that tray. Make sure that you're grabbing that lash from that wider end. You don't want to tug on that inner corner at all. Okay. Now, I showed you, I think last week was the first time. We're going to do it again today. Let me get that lash in front of me there. How to do the lashes with the black lash adhesive. This is the Kiss Super Stick. So we're going to line our lid like we were putting on a liquid eyeliner, and then we're going to set the lash into there. We're going to do one eye at a time. So these lashes have already been trimmed from the outside edge. You're just going to use your lash tool, set it there, see how wide it is. Better to have it be a little short to the inside than too long. What happens if it's too long? You're going to feel poking, probably poking on the outside or poking on the inside or both. Most people are going to need to trim a little bit of lash off. Different brands, different widths of the lash. So some brands you may have to trim off more than others. And if you have a nice, beautiful, large eye, stop ragging. You may not have to trim anything off at all. So yay for you. So that is kind of that. Now, the other thing is, if these are a new lash set, before you put them on, you're going to take the two corners and you're just going to do like that and soften that band a little bit. I've wore these a couple of times, so I don't need to do that, but that will soften that band up a little bit for you. It doesn't matter if it is a black band, so a threaded band, or if it is a monofilament, especially if it's a monofilament, because those have a tendency to be a little stiffer. And monofilament, that is a clear, if you have the clear band. So let's go ahead and take our lash adhesive. Again, this is the Kiss Super Stick, and this is in black. This says that it will let you wear your lashes for 5 days. I did not find that to be true, but test it out if you want. The only way you're going to know is put the lashes on, sleep in them, and see what happens. I didn't even get to... I didn't even get to day 3 with them. So we're going to take the adhesive. It is a great one-day adhesive, though. So, still enjoy it. Just don't maybe bank on 5 days. Okay, so we're going to take that. I'm going to swipe off one side so that it's clear. I'm going to do the inside right here all the way to the inside. And I'm just going to give me a line. I'm going to go ahead and swipe it one more time. You can go from the outside. Just a nice clean line. Okay. cap that back. I'm going to grab my lash tool. I'm going to grab the lash, and I'm going to immediately set the lash. Well, if I can grab it, there we go. I'm going to immediately grab the lash and put that into that adhesive. Okay, there you go. And it literally sets like that fast, just like that. Where'd I put the glue? There it is. Okay, so you can see now the difference between the two sides, how much of an impact that the false lash gets you. These are, I believe, considered a medium volume, but they're a very nice, the Zarya is a very nice kind of a wispy lash. So if you want to lash, but you don't want to go like, boom, my lash entered the room before I did, these are a nice choice. Now I do see, I got a little something. What is happening here? There we go. There you go. Little sticking. Okay, so now let's do that same thing on the other side. Taking that lash adhesive, wiping off the one side. Gonna do that liner line from the inside corner all the way to the outside corner.
And now I have a word for you, who brashly announced today, at the latest tomorrow, we're off to such and such a city for.
Okay, taking that lash tool or dropping it on the ground.
Going to start a business.
There we go. Grabbing it in the middle. I'm going to set it down right on that adhesive line. And I just like to make sure that everything is in a good space with each other. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so now we've got our lashes on. I feel like something is obstructing my vision. I got a lash over here doing something wonky. There we go. Yes, that wonky. That's the technical term for, what are you doing? Okay. So, we want this to stay all day. We took all the time putting this on and working this out. So I'm going to grab my Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed. I'm going to give that a little shake. That is going to set us. I feel like that's spit a little more than usual. Usually it's a nicer spray. Okay. Let's see. Also, the new short videos on the YouTube and Twitter theme that I get. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're enjoying those. Okay, so just a reminder what we did today. So we put on our foundation. We did our contouring. Then we added a little bit of color to the lip liner with just a neutral on the inside. Then we took our shadows, we put that light blue on the inside, we put the darker blue, we put a dark brown, like a chocolate on the outside, and then we blended that out with kind of a rosy orangey sort of color to bridge that gap there between those two powerful colors. And then we added a nice black lash with a black adhesive. So that is going to round out for today. And yes, this will be online, except if you're watching this on Instagram. Instagram doesn't store these, so you can head over to my YouTube channel and catch those anytime that you want. So I would encourage you as women over 40, embrace the bold colors, have fun with it, be like Anthea and Dolly and enjoy it. And so James chapter 4, verse 13 and 15 is what we are going to be working on this week. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me get us over to our review. We're going to start out in James 4, 1 and 2, and we're going to look at that together. You know, I really wish this was not on there. Let me get the first word, as I cannot see the first word. 4. Verse 1. Oh, hold on. Just kidding. I was on the right page. Okay. Oh, there you go. Where do you think you get all these? Where do you think all these appalling wars and quarrels come from? Do you think they just happen? They come from you because you all want your own way, and you will fight for it deep inside yourselves. You lust for what you don't want. No, you lust for what you don't have. Hold on. You lust for what you don't have and are willing to kill to get it. You want what isn't yours and will risk violence to get your hands on it. And then we went to chapter 4, verse 2. You wouldn't think of just asking God for it, would you? And why not? Because you know you'd be asking for what you have no right to. You're spoiled children, each wanting your own way. You're cheating on God if all you want is your own way. Flirting with the world every chance you get, you end up enemies of God and his way. And do you suppose God doesn't care? Doesn't care? The proverb has it that he's a fiercely jealous lover, and what he gives in love is far better than anything else you'll find. It's common knowledge that God goes against the willful proud. God gives grace to the willing humble. And yes, if that sounds like I'm singing it, it's because that is the song I'm hearing in my head. So let God work his will in you. Yell aloud no to the devil and watch him make himself scarce. Say a quiet yes to God and he'll be there in no time. Quit dabbling in sin. Purify your inner life. Quit playing the field. Hit rock bottom. Cry your eyes out. The fun and games are over. Get serious, really serious. Get down on your knees before the master. It's the only way you'll get on your feet. Don't badmouth each other, friends. It's God's word, his message, his royal rule that takes beating in that kind of talk. Oh, you're supposed to be honoring the message, not writing graffiti all over it. Oh, God's in charge of deciding human destiny. Who do you think you are to meddle in the destiny of others? Yeah, that one still needs a little bit of work, but that's okay. We'll get there. Okay, and then we've got our verse for this week. I'm definitely going to need to look at this one. And now I have a word for you who brashly announce today, at the latest tomorrow, we're off to such and such a city for the year. We're going to start a business and make a lot of money. You don't know the first thing about tomorrow. You're nothing but a wisp of fog, catching a brief bit of sun until before disappearing. Instead, make it a habit to say, if the master wills it and we're still alive, we'll do this or that. And so that brings us to James chapter 13 to 15. And again, all of these verses are coming from Color Me James, a spirited exploration of faith and memory. It comes in 3 different formats: spiral, paperback, which is on Amazon, or the ebook And so, speaking of that ebook, if you do the Beauty and Grace Insider on YouTube, you actually get the ebook for free in the Cherish Queen membership level. That comes to you in an email. So make sure when you join the membership, you follow those prompts through so that I can get that ebook to you. So you can use that ebook in, there'll be an email that comes out to you that'll tell you the different apps to use that will help you be able to write your journaling in there. And then also some of the apps that you can use to color the coloring pages in the book, even though it's an ebook. So it has been an exciting time hanging out with here today. I look forward to seeing you throughout the week. YouTube, social media. Enjoy Selah Soul's music and all the verses that have been set to song. And then let me send you out with a blessing this week. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. There we go. All right, so let me show you our coloring page that we have for this week. This week, we're going to be working on her. Little bit of a mohawk going on. Let me see how that comes out for you. And then this is my favorite. Week 36, we've got a word search. And so I love word searches. They're my favorite one of the word games that we play. So enjoy that while you're working through your Color Me James this week. Let me send you out with the prayer and the blessing that we've already said. So, Heavenly Father, how wonderful it has been to hang out with each woman this morning that have been here live with me, the ones who will watch this later on and see this. I just pray a blessing over them this week. Father, help us to celebrate being women of age. I know I got some people that are younger, so let's celebrate them too. But especially those of us over 40, Father, help us to celebrate all the things in life that we have got to live, and help us to embrace and enjoy what we have coming in the future. Because you're right, we don't know what tomorrow holds for us. But we pray and we pray and we are excited because we know that you know. And so we are in good hands because you know what is going on and what is going to happen. And I just pray that for those of us that maybe find themselves in a point of grief, that you would give them comfort. For those who find themselves needing healing, that you would be their Jehovah Rapha, Father, healing them and reaching out to them where they are. I pray that you would be with all of us, that we would work diligently to hide your word in our heart, that we would follow the things that have been set before us to help us to do that and to encourage us on that path. And I thank you so much for the vision and the skills that you helped deliver to be able to put out such a thing as Color Me James. I just pray that you would bless us this week, that you would help us to enjoy our finger painting on our face every single day, and that we would just celebrate the colors that you have given us. And it is in the mighty name of Jesus that I am honored and privileged to be able to pray this. And so I lift all this up to you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Well, I hope that you have a great rest of your week this week. I look forward to seeing you on social media. And just want to ask you, as you're going about your day today, I want you to think about, what is your favorite makeup tip? Do you have a specific topic or color that you would like to have seen on here or know more about? I would love to help you with that. So just give me a shout out on whatever social media platform you're on, and let's make that happen. So until next week, I will see you online. I love you. Mwah. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And for those of you in Texas, be warm and be safe. Love you guys.